My beloved, my child, my miracle, come closer. Before the stars whispered your name to the skies, before you even took your first breath, I chose you. I anointed you with a mark so divine, even the heavens paused to admire you. And now, something has just happened that I must urgently show you, but promise me, promise right now, you won't run from this. Because this moment, this message, is no accident. Your person's friend just saw your picture. And what they said, has already begun to shift destiny. My sweet child, Archangel Michael has been standing beside you all night. He saw the way your picture fell into the hands of someone unexpected. He saw how their expression changed. He heard the words they whispered under their breath. Words not meant for the world, but words that carried power. Words that could open a door you've been begging me to open for months, maybe even years. You may be tempted to skip. I beg you not to. Because if you knew what your name stirred in their soul, you would not sleep tonight. It's not just about love. It's about alignment. It's about a plan I orchestrated when I knit you together in your mother's womb. Listen to me, beautiful soul, that friend didn't just recognize your beauty. They saw something glowing around you. An energy, a light, a pull they could not explain. They saw what only angels see when they look at a chosen one. You. Archangel Michael says, this moment is crucial. This isn't just a random conversation. This is part of a heavenly setup. The friend is not just an outsider. They hold a piece of information your spirit has been craving. They carry the confirmation that your heart has been silently begging for. I know, child. I know how many nights you've cried out. I know how many signs you've watched fall away, thinking maybe I forgot you. But I have been scripting something. And now, the first page has just been turned. Your name, your face, your energy, it hit them like a lightning bolt wrapped in gentleness. That's why they froze. That's why they couldn't look away. That's why something shifted in the one you're thinking of right now. The one whose name dances with yours in the unseen realm. Stop scrolling. Stop doubting. Open your heart right now. Because what I am about to reveal next is not just for curiosity. It's for alignment. It's for awakening. It's for the divine moment when heaven kisses earth, and your purpose kisses opportunity. The friend? They spoke of you with reverence. They asked questions that only destiny can answer. They said, who is this? Why do I feel something just looking at them? And that question triggered something dormant. Not just in them, but in the one you love. Archangel Michael saw it all. He is telling me to tell you that this will leave you breathless, because it's more than just attraction. It's a soul awakening. It's a sacred stirring. It's the echo of a contract signed in the heavens before time began. And I need you to promise, right here, right now, that you won't run from what I'm showing you. Because every word from here on is encoded with miracle frequency. Yes, even this sentence. Before I go deeper, I need you to pause. Take a breath and look around. Everything is about to change. And if your heart feels that pressure in your chest, yes, that flutter, that holy squeeze, that's not anxiety. That's me. I'm pulling you into a moment of divine alignment. But before we go on, let me say this. Beloved, if your soul has been whispering for signs, and if you always feel these words were written just for you, then you are being called. Please, don't ignore this calling. If your spirit burns for more signs like this, intimate, timely, and divinely led, then I want you to subscribe to this divine channel of love and truth. Don't let these moments pass without action. Because each message will be a lifeline, a lamp post, a miracle waiting to break open inside you. Click and subscribe so you don't miss what the heavens whisper next. Because sometimes, one message is all it takes to rewrite a story. Now, let's go deeper. You see, the friend was not random. They were sent. Sent to recognize what others ignored. Sent to stir the soul of the one you love. Sent to be a mirror, reflecting back something that had been hidden, until now. Archangel Michael says the moment they saw your image, the energy shifted in the room. A silence fell. Not the awkward kind. The holy kind. The kind that happens when heaven enters the conversation. And the one you've been thinking of, they felt something too. They heard the friend say your name with curiosity, but something else echoed louder. They heard my voice. They heard me whisper, "This is the one." And they couldn't ignore it. Even if they've tried. Even if pride or fear has kept them silent. Even if they've walked away before. This moment is different. Because this moment was ordained. Child, I know you're tired. I know you're aching. But hear me. I would not bring you this message if it wasn't the divine time. And it is. The picture, the friend, the reaction, the shift, it's all part of the miracle unfolding. What happens next will prove to you that I never forgot your prayers. That I never left you waiting for no reason. That every delay had purpose, and every tear was watering the roots of this moment. Michael says, a message is coming. It may come through a dream. Through a text. Through a conversation that feels too precise to be coincidence. Do not brush it off. That's me, answering what your heart couldn't put into words. So don't close your heart now. Don't click away. The angels are still speaking. And you are still being pursued. What's about to happen next will leave you breathless. Because your person, yes, the one you're thinking of, is about to see you in a way they've never seen anyone before. Not just physically. Spiritually. They will feel you in their dreams. They will hear your name like a song. They will carry you like a sacred echo. And that is how I planned it. Stay open. Stay ready. Stay with me. Because the next word you read could be the moment everything changes forever. Of course, my beloved. Let us continue right here, exactly where heaven left off. They will carry you like a sacred echo. And that is how I planned it. Because I, the Lord your God, do not move without purpose. I do not send signs to tease you. I do not stir your heart for nothing. I stir because something divine is rising. I move because something holy is near. And tonight, yes, right now, is not just any night. The veil is thin. The wind is heavy with presence. And my angels are standing still, watching, waiting for your heart to receive what it has waited so long to hear. The friend's reaction? That was the first knock. But now, listen for the second. Because the one you love is about to look at you through new eyes. Eyes that see more than your face. Eyes that see your calling. They are being awakened to something that was always true, but buried under distractions, ego, fear. And now, those layers are being peeled back one by one, until all that remains is the truth I wrote long ago. You were always theirs. They were always yours. And I, your father, was always orchestrating the reunion. Archangel Michael is whispering again. He says you must stay grounded. Don't run from this clarity. Don't dismiss this power. Because there's more. Child, can you feel the energy in your body right now? That's not stress. That's revelation. You're not imagining things. You're remembering. There was a moment, before this life, before this world, when your spirit stood beside theirs and made a promise. And the picture, the one the friend saw, just triggered the remembering. The light that moved through their soul when they saw you? That wasn't earthly admiration. That was spiritual recognition. And now, the ripple has begun. One glance has turned into a series of divine whispers behind closed doors. Your name is being spoken in places your feet haven't even touched yet. They are thinking about you more than they can explain, and it's not because of the image. It's because of the energy inside it. Your energy. The light I placed inside you is louder than words, more powerful than beauty, more unforgettable than time. And they feel it. They feel you. Child, this next part is important, so lean close. They are going to reach out. But not like before. This time, it will feel like a collision of timing and truth. Not scripted. Not small talk. But sacred. You'll feel the difference. You'll feel me in it. Michael says you may hear from them in the middle of the night. When the world is quiet and the veil is thinner. Don't be afraid. Don't overthink it. Let your heart answer. Because that moment has been in my calendar for far longer than you know. And there's something else I need you to understand. This connection, it's not ordinary. It never was. It's not just romance. It's restoration. It's divine assignment. It's the healing of generations. Your union was meant to carry light into dark places. To awaken parts of the world that only both of you together can touch. And now, the timing is ripening. That's why you felt the urgency. That's why this message found you tonight. Because I couldn't allow you to go one more day doubting whether this was real. It is. It always has been. Even when they pulled away. Even when they forgot. Even when the silence lasted longer than your strength. I remembered. And now, I am awakening that same memory in them. The picture? That was the beginning. The friend? That was the confirmation. What comes next? The miracle. But child, you must stay present. You must stay open. Because fear is loud, but love, real love, divine love, is louder. Do not let fear sabotage this. Do not let doubt delay this. This is the season where you walk into rooms where people whisper your name because heaven whispered it to them first. You are being seen. You are being drawn. And you are being honored, not by chance, but by prophecy. Archangel Michael is gathering the final scrolls of delay and tearing them apart. He is holding his sword of light and standing before every force that tried to separate you from what was yours. And he is speaking loudly now. Nothing will stop this alignment. Not this time. Do you hear him? He speaks for me. I'm the one who lit this fire. I'm the one who sent this friend to see your image. And I'm the one who is orchestrating the reunion. So trust this moment. Yes, your name is being remembered in the heart of the one you love. Yes, they are asking questions. Yes, they are feeling everything they buried. And yes, they are on their way back to you. Not just physically. Spiritually. Because I, the Lord your God, am pulling strings in the unseen. Because I am a God of return. A God of resurrection. A God of full circle miracles. And beloved, this is your full circle. Let nothing distract you. Let no voice of fear steal this knowing. You are not waiting anymore. You are rising. My sweet child, I feel the tremble in your chest right now. It's not fear, it's awakening. That sensation in your body, the way your breath just slowed, the way your eyes softened as you read this, that's the spiritual realm opening a window. That's me, pressing gently on your soul to say, keep reading, there's more. Because I'm not done revealing what I have planned for you. And child, it's so much greater than anything you've ever imagined. When your person's friend saw your picture, it wasn't an accident. That friend was nudged by the divine, pulled like a thread that I wove into this exact moment. I placed your image in front of them because it was time. Time for the veil to lift. Time for the heart that had been asleep to stir. Time for eyes that only saw the surface to suddenly see the spirit that lives inside you, the one I placed there before the beginning. And now, every word you're reading is echoing inside the one you love. They are starting to feel things they can't explain. They're waking up from something. Something heavy, something false, something that clouded their vision. And that picture, it was the first crack in the wall. They looked at your face and something ancient moved inside them. Something pure. Something that whispered, "You know this soul. You've seen this face in dreams you forgot." It's not just that they remembered you, it's that they remembered who they are with you. You see, I don't do things halfway. I never planned for you to be a secret to them. I never intended for your presence to be ignored. You were meant to be seen. Fully. Wholly. Spiritually. And now, that's what's beginning. The scales are falling off their eyes. Not all at once. But slowly. Powerfully. Gracefully. Just as I intended. And this isn't about beauty, though yes, your beauty is divine. It's about your frequency. Your energy. Your vibration. When they saw your picture, it wasn't your features that made them pause. It was your spirit. They felt something ancient, something rooted in heaven's soil, something that spoke to a part of them that had gone dry from the world's noise. They didn't just see you, they felt you. Felt your presence ripple through their thoughts. And now? They can't stop thinking about you. They're trying to shake it. They don't understand why it hits so deep. But Michael and I, we do. Because we've been waiting for this moment. For this key. For this exact hour when remembrance would begin. Child, this isn't the first time your light reached them. But it is the first time they were ready to receive it. The first time they were still enough, quiet enough, hungry enough for truth to let it in. And now that they've felt it, nothing will ever be the same again. I know, my love, you've been tired. You've been stretched. You've cried into pillows and asked me why they didn't see you sooner. Why they pulled away. Why silence spoke louder than their heart ever did. But child, it wasn't because they didn't care. It was because they weren't ready to recognize what they were holding. Your soul was too bright for a heart still hiding in shadows. And I needed to prepare them. I needed to break the illusions. I needed to shatter the layers they built to protect themselves from the very thing they crave the most, truth. And you, beloved, are truth to them. You represent a level of love that terrifies the unready. Because when you show up, illusions collapse. Games end. Masks fall. They know this, deep down. That's why they ran. That's why they stayed distant. Because you saw them too clearly. And that's why they're returning. Because you're the only one who ever did. Do you know how rare it is to be truly seen in this world? Do you know how many wander from face to face, searching for someone who doesn't just glance, but recognizes? And that's what you did for them. Even in silence, even in separation, your spirit has been speaking. They've been hearing your name in moments they can't explain. Feeling your presence when the world goes quiet. And when their friend saw your image and said what they said, it unlocked something. Something holy. Something sacred. Something I wrote into the fibers of time before either of you were born. Michael is showing me that their heart is softening. It's not weakness. It's revelation. They are beginning to admit things they've buried. They're starting to see that walking away from you didn't silence their love. It only made it louder in the quiet. And now, they're remembering how you made them feel when the world felt too heavy. They're remembering how just thinking of you made their soul feel lighter. Brighter. Safer. And more alive. This isn't just a maybe. This is divine orchestration. This is a script I wrote with your name and there's carved into every line. And child, it's unfolding. Right now. Even as you read this. The angels are shifting things around. Conversations are being prepared. Coincidences are being lined up that will leave your heart spinning and your knees weak. But don't be afraid. That feeling isn't fear, it's the magnitude of answered prayer. You're about to walk into moments you used to only dream of. And they, your person, they are being drawn. Not out of guilt. Not out of confusion. But by spirit. By design. By me. Their soul is beginning to pulse in rhythm with yours again. And the distance between you is closing, not just physically, but energetically. Your hearts are reaching toward one another in the quiet places no one else sees. They are hearing your name like a soft echo when they wake. Seeing flashes of your eyes when they close theirs. Feeling the pull of destiny where there used to be walls. Michael is not just watching. He is intervening. Clearing the path. Protecting the timeline. Ensuring that what I began in the spirit will manifest in the physical. And child, I need you to stay aligned. Stay open. Stay faithful. Do not entertain doubt right now. Doubt is the enemy's counterfeit for discernment. You don't need to figure everything out. You just need to stay present. Because I am about to show you why every delay was necessary. Every detour was sacred. Every heartbreak was part of preparation. Because I was not building a love that flickers. I was forging a bond that burns eternal. You didn't come this far to be forgotten. You didn't love this deeply to be overlooked. And I didn't anoint you with this light to leave you unseen. Your time of hiding is ending. Your time of love is beginning. But it will be higher. Deeper. holier than before. When they reach out, and they will, you will feel the difference. It won't be forced. It won't be chaotic. It will be a whisper that feels like thunder in your soul. And it won't matter if it's a sentence, a song, a memory, or just a breath, they'll find a way. Because I'm the one guiding their steps. I'm the one whispering your name in their dreams. I'm the one making it impossible for them to run anymore. You were not meant to chase. You were meant to attract. And now, your gravity is pulling in what has always been yours. The friend was just the spark. The match that lit the hidden room inside their heart. But you are the flame. The fire that warms, illuminates, purifies. The fire that calls them home. And home, my beloved, is you. So do not fear the timing. Do not question the shift. I am in it. Michael is beside it. And the heavens are cheering, because finally, you're about to see what all that waiting was for. Breathe, my child. Let this message soak into your bones. Let my truth override every lie that said you were forgotten. You were never forgotten. You were hidden. Protected. And now, revealed. This is your revealing season. Not just in their eyes, but in your own. You're going to remember who you are. Whose you are. And why you were called to love with such depth in a shallow world. Because I needed someone strong enough to carry this kind of love. And I chose you. You didn't lose them. You loved them. And that love left a mark nothing can erase. Not time. Not silence. Not distance. And now, I'm bringing it full circle. Stay with me. Stay expectant. Stay ready. Because what's coming next, what I'm about to place in your hands, is not just an answer. It's a reward. And it will leave you breathless. You've waited long enough, my beloved, and heaven has seen it. Every time your heart broke and you looked up, whispering to me through tears, why does it feel like I'm being punished for loving purely? I heard it. And I wasn't ignoring you. I was storing every tear as seed. Every cry as currency. Because love like yours is not ordinary, and therefore, cannot come with ordinary timing. You were called to carry a love that reaches past the noise, past the surface, past the predictable rhythms of this world, and now, the world that tried to make you doubt your value is about to witness just how powerful your presence is. The love you carry does not need approval to be divine, it already is. And the moment your person's friend saw your picture and reacted with such raw, unrehearsed awe, that was confirmation that the anointing you carry cannot be hidden anymore. I didn't allow you to be seen now because you finally earned it. I allowed you to be seen now because the atmosphere finally caught up with what I've always known. Your light was always meant to trigger awakenings. And that is exactly what's happening. Something has shifted in the spirit, something that is waking your person up in layers. At first, they won't be able to explain the pull. They might try to distract themselves with routine, with people, with plans they once thought were solid, but nothing will feel the same. Nothing will satisfy like before. Because once the soul recognizes its counterpart, the illusion of separation becomes unbearable. That friend was used like a mirror to reflect what your person has been ignoring for too long, that they still feel you, want you, need to understand you, and possibly, desperately, wish to return to you. But child, this return is not about romance alone. It's about purpose. It's about divine order. It's about the calling that was written over your life and theirs, not just as individuals, but as one. You see, there's a reason you couldn't let go. It's not just love, it's assignment. There's a mission tied to your union. A wave of healing that will follow it. You weren't meant to just feel butterflies. You were meant to awaken dormant nations inside each other. And now, that awakening is unfolding, whether they can articulate it or not. Michael is showing me a vision right now, your person sitting in silence, remembering your eyes. Not your physical ones, but the ones that looked into their soul. They're hearing things they thought they forgot, phrases you said, laughter you shared, silences that meant more than words. These memories aren't nostalgia, they're prophecy revisiting them. It's the universe pulling them back to the place where truth lives. And I, your God, am allowing it, pushing it, fueling it, because the time has come. I no longer need them distracted. I need them aware. Aware that what you two shared was never random. Aware that walking away didn't delete the divine. Aware that while they were running, you were growing, into someone they wouldn't just admire, but someone they would finally feel worthy of. And that, my child, is part of why I had to keep you separate for a season. You needed elevation. You needed healing. You needed to know that your worth is not dependent on their recognition, but on my choosing. And I chose you. I didn't just choose you for love, I chose you for legacy. Because you were willing to love with heaven's standard, not earth's limits. You loved even when it hurt. You believed even when logic mocked you. You prayed for someone who left you. You hoped when everyone else said, "Move on." That, child, is holy. That kind of love has weight in the spirit. That kind of love shifts generations. And now, I am preparing to reward you for it. Don't be surprised when the signs intensify. When you hear their name in strange places. When you dream of them and wake up breathless. When a song plays, and suddenly, it feels like they're standing right next to you. That's not your imagination. That's synchronization. That's their soul brushing up against yours in the places the physical can't reach. I'm allowing this merge to happen slowly because the glory that will pour out from this reunion must be stewarded with wisdom. You are not just being reunited, you are being recommissioned. This time, when they come, they will not come with apologies. They will come with understanding. They will not just offer affection. They will offer alignment. Because I've been working on them in secret. While you cried over unanswered texts, they were wrestling with dreams they couldn't explain. While you healed, they searched for someone to replace what they didn't realize was irreplaceable. While you grew stronger, they finally started to feel weak without you. And now, the humility is setting in. The clarity. The craving. The longing. They are being prepared to see you not as a past mistake, but as a divine mystery they must now pursue with intention. And child, you don't need to chase. You never did. I made you magnetic for a reason. When someone carries heaven inside them, they don't need to shout to be seen. Their very presence speaks in volumes only the soul can understand. And that is what happened when your picture was seen. That is what caused their friend to freeze mid-sentence. That's what made them say, "There's something about them," because there is something about you. It's me. You carry my signature, my fragrance, my seal. And the person I called you to love is finally beginning to smell it again. And soon, they will follow that scent back to you. But not just because of attraction, because of assignment. Because their future is tied to yours. Because your presence is the door they've been begging me to open without realizing you were the key. And beloved, when keys are found, doors don't stay shut. This is why I ask you now, will you trust me for the timing? Will you let me finish what I started? Because I assure you, this will not end the way the enemy hoped. No weapon formed against your union will prosper. No counterfeit can replace what I joined in the Spirit. No delay can deny what I decreed before time began. You and this person were not a coincidence. You were a covenant. And I'm calling that covenant forward now. So when the signs grow louder, do not panic. When the silence ends, do not overthink. When they finally say what you've waited to hear, don't shrink in fear. Open your heart again, not because they earned it, but because I refined it. You are not who you were when they left. You are stronger, brighter, wiser. Your heart has been purified in the fire. And now, it is ready to receive, not crumbs, but covenant. Not confusion, but confirmation. Not games, but glory. I have written this moment in every realm, and no force on earth or hell can cancel what I have signed. You are about to witness what divine love looks like when both souls are finally ready. And beloved, it will be worth every tear, every question, every silent ache in the night. So take one more breath. Put your hand on your heart. Feel that pulse? That is purpose. That is prophecy. That is my voice saying, this is real. This is sacred. This is happening. And no matter how long it's taken, no matter how impossible it felt, no matter how far they went, child, I am the God who brings things full circle. And we are almost there. You are almost there, beloved. And I say that not as encouragement, but as fact, spiritual fact. You have stood at the edge for long enough, watching doors that were never yours swing open for others, wondering why yours remained sealed. You've watched others find what looked like love while you cried quietly into your pillow, asking me why I made your heart so soft, so wide, so faithful, and yet, seemingly forgotten. You've sat in silence while others moved forward with shallow promises, and still, you chose to stay rooted, hoping for something real. And child, that hope, it never went unseen. That hope is what moved me. That hope was the altar where you laid your expectations down and let me burn away everything fake, everything surface level, everything unworthy of your essence. And now, because of that obedience, because of that sacred patience, because of your refusal to numb your heart the way the world told you to, I am about to do for you what only I can do. I am about to bring you the impossible. Not a fantasy. Not a substitute. But a return. A redemption. A reawakening. The kind that doesn't just restore what was lost, but brings it back multiplied, clarified, glorified. And the person whose name you've whispered in prayer more times than you can count, they are finally hearing the echo. It began subtly, as all spiritual awakenings do. The mention of your name brought a strange stillness. Your image brought unfamiliar peace. The memory of your voice began to sound like home. And then suddenly, they began to feel it. Not the pressure. Not the fear. But the magnetic pull of something holy, something ancient, something they had buried beneath noise and pride and distractions. They are beginning to realize that what they ran from was the very thing they were seeking all along. That you, the one they thought they could forget, were the one ordained to carry their future. That you, the soul who loved them through their silence, were the soul they were always meant to mirror. This is the moment when everything hidden begins to surface, not to shame, but to heal. Not to reopen old wounds, but to pour oil on them. This is the moment when clarity replaces confusion, when my timing proves its perfection, when the long night ends and dawn breaks with glory. I am not sending you just any reunion, I am sending you the one that was always meant to happen but had to wait for the souls involved to be ready. And now, beloved, you are ready. You are no longer the version of you who questioned their worth based on someone else's delay. You are no longer begging for breadcrumbs. You have become the feast. You are no longer waiting for validation. You are the evidence that I dwell in human hearts. And because you have allowed me to do this inner work, to prune, to purify, to prepare you in silence, now the one who once ignored your worth is being drawn back by something deeper than memory. They are being drawn by recognition. Soul-level recognition. The kind that cannot be explained with logic, only felt in the marrow of the spirit. The kind that doesn't fade. And as they wrestle with this pull, I am untying knots in their soul. I am bringing to surface the dreams they locked away. I am reminding them of the conversations they replayed 1,000 times, wondering what they should have said. I am stirring their heart in such a way that even they will be shocked by the weight of their longing for you. Not just because you are beautiful, but because you are true. And when someone finally wakes up to truth after living with illusions, they don't just return, they run. They return with urgency, with reverence, with repentance. And child, that is what is happening. Michael is preparing a moment. A sacred crossing. A collision of timing and tenderness. And when it happens, oh, beloved, when it happens, you will know that it was never delay, it was divine design. That every day you felt unseen, unheard, untouched, was really me hiding you under the shadow of my wing, shielding you from lesser love, shallow intentions, premature connections. Because I refuse to give my child a half-baked miracle. I only serve miracles fully cooked. I only resurrect what will live again. I only return what has been made whole. And now, they are beginning to be made whole. The cracking of their ego is not breaking them, it's rebuilding them. Their silence was not rejection, it was a cocoon. And what's emerging is someone you'll recognize, yes, but someone you've never met in this form before. Someone more aware. Someone more humbled. Someone more ready. Not perfect, but present. And I want you to hear me clearly, because I speak with fire in my voice now. This moment you're stepping into is not your imagination. It's not your wishful thinking. It's not a spiritual tease. It is a fulfillment. A holy compensation. A reward for every time you chose faith over fear, love over bitterness, trust over revenge. This love is coming full circle, not because you forced it, but because I formed it. And no matter how long it's taken, the timing is perfect. They are being softened by my hand. And soon, they will not just want to speak to you, they will need to. And when they do, child, you will feel it in your spirit before the words even reach your ears. Because this isn't about conversation, it's about convergence. A convergence of promises. A convergence of prayers. A convergence of two souls that have danced around each other for lifetimes, finally saying, yes. Now. Here. And in that moment, heaven will smile. Angels will watch in silence. And you, my beloved, will understand why I made you wait. Why I made you weep. Why I let you feel the ache. Because now, you will feel the arrival. The holy hush that comes when the heart finally feels safe. And it will feel like home, not the place, but the person. The energy. The belonging. It will feel like you've arrived at a memory you didn't know you carried. It will feel like prophecy fulfilled. And I, the Lord your God, will be standing there with you, smiling. Because I always knew this day would come. I always knew you would make it here. I always knew your heart would be strong enough to carry something this divine. So now, I ask you one last thing: stay open. Keep your heart tender. Don't armor up when I've called you to be receptive. Don't miss the miracle because you're afraid to be hurt again. I've already secured the outcome. The story is written. The blessing is sealed. All I ask now is that you trust me enough to receive it. You've done enough, my beloved. You've prayed enough. You've waited long enough. Now it's my turn. Let me show you what I've been preparing. Let me show you what I've been healing in them. Let me show you what happens when two souls finally meet with eyes wide open and hearts fully ready. Let me show you what real love feels like. Not the kind that fades. Not the kind that flakes. But the kind that stays. The kind that fights. The kind that anchors. The kind that grows into something sacred and wild and strong. You deserve it. You were born for it. And now, you are aligned with it. Let the world watch. Let the angels sing. Let your spirit soar. Because it's coming. It's real. And it's time.